Hi. Hi.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
I can't believe you're here.
Thanks for being here.
I didn't think anyone would want to listen to our podcast.
Nice guys never win.
I feel like that's going to be actually a theme for today's episode
Honestly,
topic.
facts.
I just realized that.
Because here's the thing. If you see on a guy's dating profile that he's like, I'm a nice guy, or a guy is a self-proclaimed nice guy, chances are
Run.
run. No, chances are like 9 times out of 10 he is actually the worst. Like he's not a nice guy actually.
Very toxic.
He's very toxic.
Maybe a little bit emotionally abusive.
Slightly psychopathic.
Slightly manipulative.
Ooh. Gaslighting.
Yes.
Gaslightery.
Gaslightery.
The gaslighter. This week we're talking about like all things dating because you know what? It's February.
It's February. It's Valentine's season.
Little like lovey-dovey, smooch.
I did finally give in out of
Yeah,
curiosity
you did.
and download one of the dating apps. I won't say which one, but I did. Guess. And wow, it's been a real...
Everyone guess in the chat.
Guys, what do you think I'm on?
Still think we're like streamers. We're not. Everyone in the chat, drop what you think. Claire, what dating app you think Claire has downloaded?
Winner will get 10 grand Twitch bucks or whatever the currency is.
Twitch
on
bucks.
that. Twitch bucks. I don't know what it's called.
Twitch bucks.
It's something. It's like bits or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then it does like little cha-ching sound.
Yeah. And then like people can add in sound effects. So it could be like,
Slay.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Amazing. I wish we had that sound effect.
Same.
Someday we'll have that sound effect.
We'll have a what do you call it? Soundboard.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, jinx. At my new job, we have these things called Motivosity bucks that like we can send to each other for like being a great team member, or like just because like basically it's just kind of like a morale thing. And if you get enough Motivosity bucks, you can trade them into like for like prizes like an Amazon gift card. We're basically elementary school students.
I was gonna say like maybe a bouncy ball
like
or a
maybe
bracelet.
bouncy ball, piece of gum, like who knows. Basically no, but like that's what that made me think of. I'm like little Motivosity bucks, like little Twitch bucks. So cute.
V-bucks.
Little class money, class dollars, everyone.
Yes. But yeah, it's been a source of entertainment. I have laughed so hard lately just scrolling through people's profiles, and
Claire and I have had many a good gig.
Oh my gosh.
Over the dating apps.
If you want to stop feeling sad about your life, just go on a dating profile and start scrolling, and you will laugh so hard.
And then sometimes you do end up still feeling sad about your life.
That's true. You actually discourages you even more.
But like honestly, we found some good freaking profiles.
We did.
That's so funny. There was this one guy that like I found the other day, and like the prompt was how do you pronounce your name?
Oh my gosh,
he
this
like
killed us.
Recorded like a voice prompt, and he was like, so his name was, I'm not gonna say what his real name was, but it was something like pretty generic, like Colin or whatever. He's like, my name is Colin, but people always pronounce it wrong. They keep calling me idiot and poopy pants. The guy who pooped his pants. And Claire and I lost
Like
it.
we did not expect it.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
Like it truly was incredible.
He was like, I'm just here to clear this up. It is Colin, not poopy pants.
like it was funny.
It was so funny.
We found another guy who made himself like
an edit,
like thirst trap edit, but it was like obviously he was
it was
funny.
joking.
Yeah,
It was so funny.
It was so funny. Oh my gosh, there are just so many good ones out there.
I know, and like humor just makes you instantly more likable.
1000%.
Like if you're,
like most of the time, if a guy is funny, I will swipe like up or whatever it is that like
humor makes or breaks a person. It really does.
Yeah. So we are doing a dating episode. We're gonna kind of give like our rules for dating, red flags, green flags, good date ideas. And guess what? This is all our opinion. If you don't agree, that's fine. That's fine.
Right.
You can have your own opinion. These are just what we think.
Everyone has different tastes and lines.
We're all unique in our own ways.
That's right.
All right. So, yeah, but it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I honestly love Valentine's Day so much. So like the minute it hits February, I'm like stoked.
Yeah.
Like I really love
I always liked it like in elementary school because like we got a class party and we got to eat treats and watch a movie.
Valentine's Day in elementary school is truly like OP. Like
It really
there's
is.
nothing better than that's like what I miss about teaching is like all the holidays in school.
And you would
make it so
decorate
fun.
your own Valentine's Day box.
So cute.
I think you and I both did this, but we decorated a piggy with wings.
Yeah.
And like the slot, like the pig was the piggy banker. It was like a piggy bank,
we
but
used like a
used out of a tin can or
like
something.
yeah, like a big tin can, like
a cocoa.
If you're Mormon, you know what I'm talking about, like the food storage cans, cylinder, like tin can, like.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we would like cut like a hole in it for like a slot, and then we covered it in pink paper, and then used like
toilet paper
rolls or like paper towel rolls
the
and cut
feet.
it for like the little legs and
Yeah.
his nose. Yeah, we
It was
made a
so
little pig.
cute.
He is so cute. The Valentine pig.
Oh,
Forget
makes me like
Cupid.
nostalgia.
Give me a
I know.
Valentine pig.
Give me Valentine Porky.
Porky Valentine.
Porky Valentine.
Cute.
Yeah. Good times. Good
I
times.
love it. Maybe we should just make Valentine's boxes this
Maybe
year
we should.
for kicks and gigs. Any updates on your life other than dating app?
I just literally right before we recorded this, I just finished the last unit of my Russian level 1.
Slay,
So
queen.
there's 30 lessons, which like you're like, oh, that's not that much, but each of them were 30 minutes long, and it took me like a year to do it because I was just slowly progressing.
Yeah.
Like, most important thing is I finally finished
You
it.
did it.
That's more than I can say for past me. I would just like maybe do one and then quit
Yeah.
for 6 months and
Yeah.
then go back to it.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Go Claire. Yeah.
Basically, I think I'm Russian now. I think I'm fluent in
are.
Russian, and I'm like, I'm not
You
even
are
close.
fluent.
But
You finished level 1. What like like the like black belt is like mastery. What's like the first belt? White belt. So you graduated from white belt.
true.
Now you're like yellow belt or whatever.
Yeah, I'm a yellow belt.
Oh my gosh, Claire, that's so sick.
Yeah,
You're a
I
yellow belt in Russian.
I can kick trash sometimes and speak Russian. Yeah,
That's so sick.
It's pretty cool.
No, that's awesome.
You want to know something funny though?
Yeah.
I already told my friends this in like a Snapchat video like just recently, but the word for visit is pussy tit. And I always think I'm saying pussy tit. And so I can't say that seriously. Like there's always like a twinge of like,
You're like, "Come
of
visit me."
embarrassment when I say it. I'm like if you were saying I want to visit St. Petersburg, you would say yeah, хочу посетить St. Petersburg.
That's weird.
And it's
That's
just
bad.
like pussy tit.
You're just like I feel
I'm
like,
like,
I'm seeing naughty words.
I just don't like saying this. I don't know. I can't say this in good conscience, and these Russians are trying to make me dirty.
They know. They knew.
They know. They were
doing.
laughing. They're like, ha ha ha, pussy teeth.
Pussy.
Pussy
Pussy.
teeth. You want pussy teeth? Anyway.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So
That's awesome, actually.
just a little funny fact of the day.
Oh,
So true fact of the day.
So true fact of the day.
Guys.
That's our so true fact of the day.
Yeah, that's gonna be the Russian word for visit is pussy teeth.
So tell your friends.
Tell your friends. And then if everyone's like, hey,
Tell
that's
your
a naughty
friends
word.
and your super conservative grandma.
Right, and then if she gets mad, just say, "Well, I'm just saying visit in Russian."
Grandma, I'm just telling you that I love to visit you.
Yeah, jeez, why are you? Gosh,
Jeez, Grandma. This is why I don't visit you. Just kidding.
this is why I don't pussy teeth.
If you wanted me to pussy tip more often.
Hey, if you want me to pussy tit more often, you gotta be nicer to me. It's like who's the one?
So foul.
Yeah, it's like Brad Pitt in Inglourious Bastards, where he
Yes.
says every language in like a super redneck saying,
Yes.
"Hey, pussy tit."
Yeah,
Hey.
like when
It's
he
so
tries
funny.
to speak Italian.
Yes, that
Oh
took me out.
my gosh.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Same, honestly. There was a solid like year and a half where Shan and me, Shan is our cousin and like my best friend in the whole world. We're like twin sisters that are not twin sisters. But there was a solid year where Shan and I would like bonjour was our thing, but we just said bonge.
Bond.
We like, it went to bonjour, like we were saying it like really hick, like bonjour, and then it just went to bonge. Like we'd see it bonge. Like
You guys also made sorry into SAR. You also
Yeah.
shortened that as
yeah,
well. SAR.
yeah. It started out as like it like had a whole thing, but like I don't know if you guys remember the clip of like King Curtis. He was from Wife Swap. He was that sassy little boy, and he was like, he's the one that's like, let me tell you something, bacon is good for me. Like I feel like everybody knows who he is. But in that same clip, he's talking about the mom that gets like swapped into their house, and he says like, she thinks she's the queen and we're the sorry people. And then at our work, like we were like, yeah, we are the sorry people. Like we are just like the sorriest of the sorry,
We're just
like
slaving
just
away.
like pitiful people. So we're like, we're the sorry people. And then like we just kept saying like, you're so sorry right now, like so sorry. And then it kind of just went to SAR, and now yeah, it's like, oh, SAR, like SAR,
What do you want me
dog,
to do? SAR.
SAR, my bad, SAR. Like,
Ugh.
yeah, so many
Gold.
good things.
Just gold.
Speaking of like, what's the word for shortening things? Abbreviating.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of abbreviating things, I was on like Instagram Reels or something the other day, and I saw like a recipe, and then I went to the comments, and like this girl was like, hey, like can I get more info on this? And somebody responded like so triggered. They're like, not every word needs to be abbreviated. The word is information.
You're like, sorry.
It's like not that big a deal.
You're like, why are you fuming? Also, info isn't like one of those weird abbreviated words.
I'm like,
That's
it's not SAR. Like,
Yeah, like info is a pretty.
I was like, that's pretty universal.
Yeah.
But it made me laugh so hard. I was like, girl, like,
like,
who
who's-
pissed in
who
your
set you
Cheerios today? Like, seriously. It was hilarious. I was like, oh my gosh, people are the worst.
Oh, jeez.
My update is that all I do is work since
All
the
I do is
beginning.
work.
All I do is work. All I do is work since the beginning of January. I've worked like over 50 hours for the last month, but it's good. I'm grateful. I'm happy. It's great. But that's kind of like my only update. Still dating a ton.
Nice. Nice.
It's all right.
Do you have another upcoming
good.
dot?
A dot. I don't have a date this week. This is like the first week in like a month that I haven't had 1 or 2 dates.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, it's kind of good.
Little
Like,
breather.
yes, Kennedy, my best friend, her baby shower is on Saturday,
Okay.
and she's coming tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday for us. She's coming tomorrow, and I'm doing her nails, and then she does spray tan. So she's giving me a spray tan. I'm doing her nails, and then Saturday's her baby shower. So it's kind of nice to like not have to worry about a man, but
Yeah.
like,
I get it though.
yeah.
It's a different kind of pressure.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm like, I'm just gonna like hang with the girls
With the
this
gals.
week. Yeah, the gals. No, but I have a date next week. With it's a first date with a new guy from a dating app. Yeah, so we'll see. I think we're just going to dinner, which is great. That's
Slay.
my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
It's the best, like, it's the best first date because truly, I know people are like, it's so basic, but like, truly, you
don't-
just want to talk and you don't want it to be forever long. So if you go to
Right.
dinner, it's like an hour. It's the perfect amount of
Yep.
time. It's
You get
to
something
do.
out of it.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
If
even
it's
if it's
food.
not great, I'm like, at least I got free food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I went
And-
on a date this last weekend, or no. Yeah. Last weekend? Yeah. Saturday. And like, honestly, homeboy, I just didn't think he was cute. I didn't think he looked like his pictures really.
Catfish.
A little bit it was definitely him, but like it was a little bit like and he was fine. Like truly he was a nice guy. I don't want to like, I'm not trying to rag
Yeah.
on him, but and he'd probably be attractive to somebody else. He just wasn't attractive to me, but I was like, at least I got free
Yeah.
sushi out of it. Like
That's
at
the
least
thing too.
that.
It's like when you're meeting someone for the first time, you don't want to do anything like super intense or like,
No. Don't you dare ask me to go on a hike.
oh no,
Don't you dare.
no, or like I don't like something super active to like
Where you can't talk.
yeah,
Yeah, like
like
it's weird.
it's too high stakes.
Yeah, like
almost.
rock climbing.
Yeah, snowboarding.
snowboarding, hiking.
You're like,
honestly, even like like roller skating,
Yeah,
or like
or
ice skating.
I'm
Like, it's still a little too much movement for there to be good conversation.
Yes.
That's like a second, third date type of thing, where you go to dinner before and then you do that.
Right.
And like, because you know
a good
you want to
first
spend
date
time
too
together.
is I'm like, yeah, like dinner or coffee. I don't know.
A first date needs to be something that can be over in under an hour if you want it to be.
Yeah,
But also
you don't wanna
could be
feel trapped.
extended if you wanted to spend more time. Which
For
like
real.
dinner or coffee or like a museum are the perfect ways to do that. Because it's like, okay, if we're not vibing, this can be over in 30 minutes.
Right.
If we are, we can extend this to like 2 hours. But yeah, I think a first date needs to be something that's very, very simple, that opens up conversation so that you can talk and be like, hey, do I want to see you again? If not, that's fine.
Yeah. There's like, I have a few bad date stories in here, and like one of them
sweet.
was like them going to a movie, and I also feel like that's a really bad first date because
Movies
it's like,
are terrible first
because
dates.
you're just sitting there in silence. You can't even talk to them, and you just feel like awkward.
Right.
Like,
Well,
you
what's
can't-
the point of like initial dates? I'm not talking if you're like dating boyfriend and girlfriend, or married or whatever, but like, what's the point of like initial dates, like first, second, third, fourth, basically up until you are officially dating? What are the points of dates if you're not going to talk to each other and actually see if you like that person?
Right.
So if you take somebody to a movie on your first date, how do you know you want to take them on a second
it's just
date?
awkward.
You
'cause
didn't
you're
talk
just
to
sitting
them.
there.
Yeah. You didn't talk to me the entire time.
Yeah.
Terrible first date. And I
Yeah.
love movies, but
Me too.
yeah.
But not
Yeah.
not on a first date.
Well, that was like a perfect. I feel like that just segued us right into the topic
Yeah.
for today. So where do we kind of want to start?
So I have some icks. I
Okay.
have 2 good date stories, and I have like 2 to 3 bad ones that are short as well.
oh, perfect, slay. I have some like of my personal rules for dating.
Okay.
Some red flags, green flags, which I guess your red flags could also be icks. And then
Yeah.
I also have like a couple good date ideas. So we
Okay.
kind of have like a great mixture here.
Yeah, we do.
So, why don't you start with your first category,
Okay.
whatever it is, and then we can just ping pong back and forth. So you do something, and then I'll do something.
Okay. Since we're already like we kind of opened up with the rules, I'll go into like don'ts and like icks.
Okay,
Because
go
I feel like
into
we're
your
already on
icks.
that track.
Go into your icks.
Okay. I tell you, I've seen so many profiles that have this. It's like basically all that they say, all I ask is that you have good music taste. Like when they care too much about what type of music you listen to, it is so irritating because I'm like, you probably only listen to like Drake or Travis Scott.
Which
like,
is
fine. Again, like I get that being
But don't act like you are the connoisseur
Yes.
of good
or like,
music.
oh, it's like I get that being a solid conversation starter and something to bond over, but when it gets into the territory of being like pretentious about it, that's when it becomes an ick for me. I'm like, of
Yeah.
course, like I feel like that's a great conversation. Like, oh, what music are you into? Like that's a solid thing you can bond over.
Yeah.
But when you're like, only if you have good music taste, match with me. You're like,
Yeah,
no!
you're like, okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm piggybacking off of this because this is also one of my
Okay.
icks. But when a guy is like, and maybe this is because I'm not athletic, but when a guy is like, swipe up if you're athletic. Like, I love a girl who's sporty. Like, I love a girl who plays sports. And I'm like, that's fine. You can have your preferences.
Right.
But I'm like, it's giving like junior in high school.
Yeah.
It's giving like, basketball's my life.
Can you keep up with me?
Like, I'm like, I want a sporty girl. And I'm like, and again, maybe it's like, it's touched a nerve because I'm not super athletic. We're like, actually, it's like really hurtful, but like,
Actually, I think it's okay to like nerdy girls.
actually, it's like okay if like a girl isn't good at sports, okay?
Okay.
No, but like, it gives me the ick so bad
No,
because
yeah.
I'm just like, that's like what you're focused on is
Yeah.
whether a girl can like hit a ball with a bat or like throw a
Right.
football. Like, I get if you're like a very athletic person and like you like that stuff, you enjoy it, you want somebody that also enjoys it. But I'm like, also, when you're an adult, when are you playing sports?
Yes.
Like on a
Literally.
day-to-day basis.
Literally.
I have friends that do like the adult like city league, like kind of like put together sports and like it's super fun and they do like softball
Yeah.
or volleyball. That sure. Great. But I'm like, when really are you guys like taking the time
No, seriously.
to go play sports? Like you go into the batting cages every night? Like hello.
Yeah, what? Like
It,
you're going to like a golf course every single
no,
morning?
literally he's like, we gotta get up at 5 to train tomorrow.
No, because like most
state
people
is coming up. Like
most people just like go to work and then go to the gym. That's how they get their exercise
that's what
in.
I'm saying. It's like, it's not that I'm not physically active and don't enjoy like physical movement, because I work out like basically every day. I do Pilates. I lift weights. Like, it's not that, but I'm like, when, like, really, that's gonna be like one of your like little things where it's like, only swap up if you're a sporty girl. Like,
it's like, okay,
if you're athletic.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, I guess you would hate me then, because girlfriend can't. Like, I just am not. It's not my thing.
It's not my thing either. And also, it's kind of funny when they're like, I want a gym girl. It's like, that's like a lot of people go to the gym. It's not like a specific thing that you do. Like, I get, again, I get someone, like, you want someone who's fit and like who can, that will be willing to do like activities with you. But
or if you're
again,
like kind of a gym rat and you're like, I want a girl that like wants to go to the gym with me too. Like, also enjoys
but
that.
It's so funny. I'm like,
but
I
it's
feel like
also
everyone goes
giving
to the
like,
gym.
I want a girl with a great body. It's
like it's not just a man thing going to the gym. Like, everyone kind of goes to, I don't know. It's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
I digress.
But yeah, I had to piggyback off that because that's like pretty similar.
Yeah.
Like, I like a girl who's sporty. Like, if I see that on the profile, I'm just like, okay, bye.
My next ick on this is when they say you need to be funny.
Please, because if they're saying that, they're not actually
They're not that funny.
They're not funny.
I'm like,
they think they're hilarious.
I doubt you're a
funny.
Jim Gaffigan yourself. I really doubt it. I really doubt it.
No chance.
It's like, you need to make me laugh.
No, bitch. You need to make me laugh.
Exactly. Like,
no, but that's the thing is, I'm like, no, actually nice, funny guy is putting that on his profile. They are like, they're just nice and funny, and like they make you laugh with their profile, and they're like, oh, he's nice and funny. Swipe up. They're not saying, I need a girl who you gotta be funny. And it's like, if a guy is saying that, guaranteed he is the least funny person.
Yeah, he's the most boring ass person on the planet.
No, like literally, and he thinks he's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the guy that thinks he's hilarious. He's like making jokes, or like always makes the jokes that are like not funny, or like so uncomfortable, or so like on the nose that you're like, like that's not clever whatsoever. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yes.
That's so good.
And then my next one is if they ask for your Snapchat.
1000%.
Why is that the biggest ick on the planet? I don't want to snap you. I only want to snap my friends. I don't want to snap anyone else.
And also, if you're Snapchatting me, like, we're not going to be talking. Like,
we're just gonna be sending pictures back and forth.
Pictures or like one word or like a sentence. I'm like, no, you can text me.
No, I'd much rather you text me.
Anytime a guy has asked me for my Snapchat, immediately I'm like, ooh, you just dropped a couple points. I don't immediately like write them off, but I'll always be like, oh no, like I usually tell them I either don't have one or I don't use it that much, which is kind of a lie. I do have one and I do use it, but only for my girlfriends.
Yeah, me too.
So I always usually tell them like I don't use it that much and that I want them to text me.
Yeah.
Like, and that's...
Right.
And also it's like, why do you want my Snapchat?
Yeah, you are you just bored and you want someone to snap back and forth?
I will say, from a girl's perspective, my friend Ken, she gave me this perspective. She said, when I was like in the dating scene, she goes, I would ask guys for their Snapchat to make sure that they were actually who they said they were on their profile, so that I could see a picture of them. And I was like, oh, that's a new perspective.
That is it.
So I'm like, maybe they're doing it for that reason. But most of the time I don't think they are. Like, I think they're just kind of like, give me a snap.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's giving like little boy.
They want to see you without actually having to date you. Maybe.
Yeah.
In person.
I think that's like kind of it.
Yeah. They want to see
I understand, because some people show up and they look like nothing like their profile.
But again, then you can just cut the date short.
Just cut the date short.
Just lie and go home.
Yeah, just cut the date short. Like, make it quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just kind of funny. Like, every time, like, if a guy asks for my Snapchat, I'm like, okay, it's giving like little boy.
Yeah, it's giving little boy.
It's not like giving like strong, confident man. That's gonna like ask me on a date and like open my door.
It's giving
for
like
me.
high school, junior high.
It's giving high school. Yeah. I'm with you, and I'm so glad that you know that, because so many girls don't. And don't think that way, which is fine. I guess like whatever works for you. And I don't want to be judgmental, but
Well,
I
and like,
don't
and
like
once you're
it.
in a relationship, like, of course, like you can snap. Like my friend and her boyfriend, like they Snapchat.
Oh,
But that's how they
1000%.
communicate.
I
like,
think the rules and things change a ton when you are in
right.
a
This is
relationship.
strictly for dating beginning stages.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Yeah. And then my next couple ones are when all of their pictures are of them posed shirtless in front of a mirror.
Legit. No, legit.
Mirror selfies are for the girls only.
Mirror selfies are for
the girls, not you.
Not you.
Why do men think like that's what we want to see? I mean, maybe some girls do, but I feel like sometimes like, oh, they want to see me shirtless.
It's like, yes, I do, but I don't want to see you shirtless in like that picture. Like I want to, or if I do see a picture of you shirtless, it's like you're at like the beach with your family, and I'm like, oh man, he's just like casually looking hot,
Right?
Like, it's the pose.
It's the pose
posing
and the trying so hard.
Yep, it's the posing and the trying hard of it
Yeah,
all.
you're fabricating it.
Yeah,
You're
it's
contriving
like, of course
it.
I want to see you with your shirt off because like if like I'm sure you're hot, whatever. But it's like I think it's the acknowledgement too that they're like, I know I look amazing.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, dude, if you want to show me a picture of you with your shirt off, make it like kind of
Subtle,
incognito.
kind of subtle. Mhm.
Yeah, like do it with it's like I said, a beach or a pool pic, like with like your friends or your family, like where I can see them like, oh man, like
Damn. Yeah.
keep working on that. But like
Literally.
but it's not like, oh my gosh, he posed in his mirror with his shirt off. He took his shirt off. He went to his bathroom. He opened the door. He turned on the lights.
No.
He turned to the side, flexed and snapped the picture. And he probably took like 10.
Yeah. It's just cringe.
It's bad.
It's cringe.
It's bad.
Like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be a little bit sexist on this one and say like it's less cringe when the girls do it because usually the girls are taking a pic of their outfit. It's in the mirror.
It is
like
for some reason, and maybe it's because we're girls, but it does feel less cringe when the girls do it.
yeah.
It
I
feels
just feel
way more
like-
cringe when the guys do it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just sorry. I don't make the rules.
Are we so mean?
No.
I love men. I do. I love men. I have amazing men in my life. There's so many men I
I'm
love.
not a man hater. I'm
Not
just
a
trying
man
to give y'all
hater.
tips. I'm
But, like-
not trying to help you.
But like
doing
that
this for
1000%, that's an ick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1000%.
This is maybe a caveat. If you're at the gym and your shirt isn't off and you just like take a pic like in the gym mirror, I
Yep.
feel like that is the only exception, and you get one of those.
Yep.
One. You get one.
You get one.
and it just has
And
to be kind of
also,
casual.
I will say too, like, our cousin Sophie, her husband Brigham, he is like a bodybuilder, like fitness guy. He also gets like a break,
pass. Yeah, because it's like-
because it's like for his fitness account.
Yes.
He's not posting it all over the gram.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
It's like it's a hobby. It's what
it's
he
a hobby,
does.
and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, like he's like showcasing like this is what I'm doing, like this is like
Yeah.
good work. It's like almost like a journal, like for him.
Right.
So like that also gets a pass.
Yeah.
if you're like a fitness
Yeah.
person.
But again,
Yeah.
those are the exceptions, not
Those
the
are
rule.
The exceptions, not the rule.
My next one, this is me. Some people don't care about this. And it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but it just gives me the ick when they are a bad speller or they type with like too much slang. When it's like, yeah, say like,
Wait, that's so real.
"Ka."
That's so real.
Yo, can I get like, yo, it's like, ew.
Okay, especially if they're white,
Yup. Mhm.
because you're like, who are you? Like,
You're like,
you're a white man.
you grew up in Spanish Fork, Utah.
You're like, stop using like yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're like, no. No, I know
it's
for a
bad.
fact, like your dad's name is Richard, your mom's
Yup.
name is Carrie.
Yup.
You're not like cool. You're
And-
not hood. You're
Yup.
not like, you don't get to like stop. Like it's so cringe.
It's just so,
It's
cringe because it's not genuine. It's like, and
Yeah, exactly.
also, like,
That's why.
it's-
If it's like genuinely like, you know, where they grew up, like the way that they like everybody around them talked, 1000%.
and you still wouldn't text that way. Even if you talked that way, you wouldn't text it that way.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
really, that's a good point.
Because
Yeah.
like this one person I was talking to, they like texted like that. They were adding like an H after the end of a yeah, or
Yeah.
like yeah, or like do ya like this? It was
Yeah.
like eight, like YAH, and I was like,
do y'all?
do ya?
Do y'all
I was
like this?
I was like, okay, what?
Or like
but
it's fine to be like do ya, like or gonna or
Yeah.
wanna. Like that's
it's
fine.
just
Yeah.
these specific
That's
things.
interesting. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Okay, and then last thing is when you're like talking to someone and they haven't asked you anything about yourself. Like you're doing all of the asking, and it's like it's got to be reciprocal. It's like, how is the
that's so
conversation
annoying.
supposed to go on? And maybe that's the point, is they don't want it to, but how is the conversation supposed to go on if you're like not asking me?
You're not
If
asking
there's not there's,
jack
Yeah,
crap.
there's got to be an exchange here.
And to that extent, it's also annoying when like they won't really like fully answer a question that you ask them too. Like,
yeah. It's like a one-word answer. You're like, okay, cool.
like, oh, cool. Don't want to expand upon that. Like,
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Like,
Cool. Well, bye.
Sounds great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm gonna throw in a few of my own.
Okay,
They
that was my
mine were
last
like
one.
started out as red flags, but like honestly,
Red flags are
most
kind
of them
icks,
are
too.
icks.
Yeah.
when they do like the no sock thing,
No. Oh, that's so good.
it's so
That's
bad.
good.
It's so
Again,
bad.
that is for the girls only.
And also, I don't want to see a guy in no show socks.
no.
No show socks are
For the girls. I need those feet covered. I need those grippers covered
Those
to the max.
grippers need to be covered. You put those grippers away.
You can only show those grippers if, again, you're at the beach.
If you're at the beach, you're at the pool.
We're at the pool.
That's it. Maybe if you're home walking around.
Yeah.
Even then, though, I'm like kind of put on socks.
I know.
But like I wear socks most of the time.
Me too. I don't really like to see my own grippers.
Yeah, like, and I don't really like if you step in something like in your kitchen, you get a crumb on your
Yeah,
foot. Is there anything
ew.
worse than a crumb on a bare foot?
Or water.
An unknown substance. Yeah, no, that's bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't do the little no sock thing. I hate it when they wear like the dress shoes and then like the dress pants, and then you see
They
that
ride up
have-
and you see the strip of ankle.
they have no I'm horrified by that strip of ankle.
Oh gosh, I'm aghast.
Like,
oh, the
goodbye.
strip of
Put
ankle.
your ankle away. I'm like, it looks so bad.
It really does.
And
I don't
also,
know
I'm
why.
like, I know, like, I mean, they're probably wearing the no-show socks at that point, but if they're not wearing any socks, I'm like, I know your feet stink. Like, so bad. Put some socks on and put some real socks on.
Yeah.
Men don't get to wear little no-show socks. If I see another man take off his shoe and there is a no-show sock and his little toes are
Canceled.
just like curled up trying to keep the top of that no-show sock on, and I'm seeing the
Canceled.
hair on his toes
Oh.
sprout out from that no-show sock,
Ew.
I am calling the police.
Jail. Jail time.
Jail. I am performing a citizen's arrest if I see one more no-show sock on a man.
No, I'm fully with you.
I will
I'm
die on
fully
that
with
hill. I will die on that hill.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Watch me like end up marrying the guy who wears no-show socks on our first
Then
date.
you know what? You'll grow to love it. I guess.
I'll throw away all of his no-show socks. I'll say, listen,
Or,
babe,
yeah, you'll-
this is like
convert
this
him.
is a deal breaker. You gotta get rid of the no-show
Yeah.
socks. Yeah. And then like on that same line, no flip-flops. No flip-flops, sir. No tank tops, sir.
No.
Tank tops are okay at the gym. And it has to be like a cut-off tank top. It can't be like
A
a
wife
tank top
beater?
that you went and bought, and it can't be a wife beater.
Yeah,
No.
I kind of agree.
No. Yeah, so flip-flops again, put the toes away. You are allowed to wear flip-flops at the pool and at the beach.
Yep.
That's it. Tank tops are okay at the gym, at the pool, at the beach. That's it. Put them away. If you're
Put 'em
wearing
away.
slides need socks. Amen.
Glad we covered this.
Amen. Hallelujah. And then yeah, I mean, I guess getting like more serious though, like some red flags that, especially one that I feel like I've encountered recently, is like a lack of conviction when like, and I'm not just, I feel like conviction is used a lot in like a religious setting, and I'm not just talking about like religiously, I'm talking about like in multiple areas, like
Like earnesty, that kind of thing.
it's like having like a
conviction.
sense of like drive and ambition, essentially, like
Yeah.
having like strong feelings about certain things, like when they lack that conviction and just like, oh, I don't know, whatever. I'm
You're like,
like,
okay, but what are your goals?
What are-
is your,
yeah, what are
you
your
striving
goals?
towards?
it's like,
What are your
kind of
hopes and
job do you
dreams?
want to do? I don't know.
I know.
I don't
See
know.
where the road takes
It's
me.
like, you know, why do you work in the field that you do? I don't know.
It's like, okay.
And it's like, okay, maybe I'll do this. It's like, maybe you'll do that. Like, what? Like, what you're telling me is that I am going to be providing for our family for my entire life. That's what
For
you're telling
real.
me. Like, and maybe that's like a jump, but like, I think in the beginning stages, you kind of do have to jump to conclusions
Yeah.
because you're going to save yourself a lot of heartache.
Yep.
Like, you got to make those like
You're gonna waste
quick
less
jumps.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it's
you-
important to you and it truly is a thing that matters, like somebody who has drive and ambition, if you're like immediately noticing like they don't really have like, or they're not matching my energy
Yeah.
here, then make those hard and fast like jumps. Like people are like, oh, you're too quick to judge or like this. And I'm like, no, be quick to judge.
Yeah. Like,
Be quick to judge.
why would I waste my time? Like, why do I have to like give all these people a chance? Like, no. I can that's exactly what dating apps are for, or dating is for. I can be decisive and
Yeah.
judge who I want to go on a date with.
Exactly.
I don't have to give every single person a chance.
Yeah, no. And if you go on one date and you really don't want to go on a second, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like if you go on 5 dates and you don't want to go on a sixth, that's fine. You don't owe anybody anything. And I think like we get in this mindset that we do. It's like, oh, well, I have to give them a certain amount of time. And it's like, if you are immediately like not feeling it,
Right.
or like at any point you're not feeling it, like you don't really owe them anything. Like
Yeah. And obviously,
you owe
like,
them being
you
like
ex-
a decent human.
Yeah, you owe them an explanation. You don't want to just ghost if it's been a long time.
No,
but
you
don't owe them to go on another date.
No, you don't
for
owe them to
sure.
go on another date. You don't owe them like the rest of your time. You don't owe them that. Like it's okay. So yeah, I think like a lack of conviction in like multiple areas where it'd be like whether it be like work or family or religion or whatever. It's like if they're just kind of being like blasé about most things, I'm like, ew, red flag.
Yeah.
Like it's a major red flag for
Yeah,
me.
for men and women both. It's like what
Totally.
you want to have. You want someone who knows what they want.
And like you can tell like they are like serious about it and passionate
Yeah.
about it. Like that's really important.
Right.
So that's definitely a red flag is like lack of conviction / ambition, like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it's like a major, I was talking about this with a client actually. It's a major red flag if they are like talk really badly about any ex-girlfriends or ex situations.
True.
I honestly like, it's not like I want a guy to still be like hung up on his ex, but like I honestly see it as more of a red flag if a guy is like, oh, she was psycho, like blah, 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 rather than him just being like,
Oh yeah,
she was a cool person, or like
It just
even
didn't
if
work
it just
out.
didn't work out. Like
Yeah.
I wish her the best. I'm like, cool. I
Yeah.
feel so much better about that than like you going off, because most of the time when a guy is saying that his ex-girlfriend was a psycho, she did this, there are two sides to every story.
Yeah.
And most of the time she's not a psycho.
yeah, and I'm like, maybe you were the toxic one in the situation.
And most of the time they are. Like, and I have dated guys that have talked about their ex-girlfriends or even ex-wives. Like I've dated guys who are divorced, like in such a negative connotation like that. And they're like, oh, she's crazy. Blah, 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 and tell me the things she does. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, she's totally crazy. And then the longer I date them, I realize, no, you are actually insane. Like
yeah, were the crazy
you
one.
have issues. And maybe she also has issues, but you were not like so like innocent in
Yeah.
this. Like you
Right.
also had this. So yeah, I think like when they talk like super negatively about their ex, I also think when they talk super negatively about their ex like that, they're still partially in love.
They
Like,
haven't gotten over.
they haven't gotten
it's a
over
sign
it.
of they haven't moved on.
1000%
Yeah.
they haven't moved on.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they haven't moved on. Yeah, I dated a guy once who talked like so badly about his ex in the beginning, and then like later on he's like, I'm just not over my ex. And I was like, sick.
Cool.
I was like, oh, the psycho? Yeah, cool. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. She must not be that psycho if you're still in love with her.
Right.
But like it's interesting. Yeah, so that's also another red flag, I think. And then, you know, there are the obvious ones that I think all of us can like
Right.
acknowledge that I won't like spend the time talking about. Like you guys don't need to be like, if he doesn't love his family, or like
yeah.
you know, like
If he lies.
if he's a liar, like obviously
Yeah, duh.
that's a red
We know.
flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one that popped up the other day and I was like, ew. I think it was like we were talking about like waking up early and like and whatnot, and like how it's like great to get things done and like whatever. And he's like, yeah, I love to wake up early. And he goes, if I let myself get enough sleep. And it's like, well, dude, like don't go to bed like so late.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
he's like, yeah, if I don't stay up too late. I'm like, obviously.
I don't stay up past my bedtime.
It was, I don't even know how to describe this. It was more probably like an ick. I was just like, okay, well, make a better plan.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
only I could go to bed earlier.
I'm like,
Okay.
why can't you?
Why
Like,
can't
is
you?
somebody like holding you back from your
Yeah.
bed? Like,
Unless you got chronic insomnia, like,
you're
I
like
don't
trying
know.
to fight from like this person's arms to get to your bed.
Ah,
and go to
stop.
sleep.
I gotta get at the gym at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Let me go.
Please. Oh,
It's
he's, like,
30
reaching.
It's 30 minutes past 8 p.m. If I don't go to sleep now, I'll never be able to. I'm done for.
I was just like, okay, well, like, turn off your video game or like turn
Right.
off like your movie. Like, what? Like, anyway, I think that, but like, if we're turning that into a red flag, like maybe somebody who just like lets things happen to them instead of like taking control of like
Yeah.
situations around them and be like, oh no, I'm gonna like make a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And this maybe leads into green flags. Somebody who is good with scheduling.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, hot.
We
hot.
need a Virgo up in here.
We
the
need-
Virgos
I
like to
tell
schedule.
you, I freaking love Virgo men.
She's got to end up with a Virgo man,
I
y'all.
love Virgo men.
Virgo man, come crawling,
man,
come
they
running.
are just like snaps to them.
What can I say? Us Earth signs are just
I need
the
Earth.
best.
I need more Earth sign in my life because in my entire
Earth.
astrology natal chart, you know what we're talking about. If you listen to our episode with Melissa, I have like no Earth in my entire chart. So like I need all the Earth signs I can get in my life.
I need fire.
Guess who's fire, baby?
That's why we're perfect podcast buddies.
Yeah.
Ew, I hated
Woo, woo,
that.
woo, woo, woo.
But yeah.
No. Green flag is somebody who like knows how to make a schedule
Yep.
and like sticks to it, has a plan maker. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's
Takes
the hottest
care
thing
of their
you can
life and
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things and like one of the best things a guy can do when he's taking me specifically out on a date. And I'm not saying I don't love to plan things and I won't plan things, but especially in the beginning stages, it's my opinion that the guy needs to take the lead. But when a guy like plans it all, handles it all, I don't even have to think. Amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
Worst one, like, so what should we do? You're like,
Oh, that there is no question I hate more. I'm like,
you're like, oh,
I don't
you
know.
asked me. You're
Yeah, like come up with a plan.
right.
Like, and yeah, it's just annoying. And I'm like, you can consult me on the plan if you're like,
Right.
hey, can I take you to dinner? Sure. All right, I'm thinking these couple of places. Like, what sounds good to you out of those?
Mhm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But like, don't do the like, what should we do?
I don't know. What do you
What
want
do
to
you want to do? I'm like, okay, do you want me to just plan the whole thing and you show up like your mom plans your doctor's appointments?
Yeah.
Like, hello? Like,
Yeah.
just like figure it out. Like, I love it when a guy's like, okay, great. Like, ask me on a date and he goes, okay, great. We settle on a time, time of day. He goes, okay, great. I'll pick you up this day, this time. I'm going to take you to dinner here. And then like, if there's another thing, and then we're also going to go here.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
great.
perfect.
I'll see you then. And he goes, do you want me to pick you up or do you want to meet me there? Okay, great. Yeah, come pick me up. Like
Yeah.
it's such a green flag to me.
Yeah. Me too.
Like just somebody who handles it.
me too.
Yeah.
I also like when they're not political. That's also a green
Interesting. That's a
flag.
green flag for you.
Yeah. I don't really want someone who's like raging about either side all the time.
Yeah.
And also this is also like kind of a dating thing, when you can put your what you indulge in. I mean, you can click like what you do, but like when they're being like, oh yeah, I smoke. How I wind down, I smoke. It's like, okay, like I get it, but like you don't have to make it your entire personality or like make
Yeah.
it a big thing. Like just
Also,
be subtle
like-
about it again.
Also, duh. Most people in the United States probably drink like a glass of wine to like go to sleep.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I smoking a like joint is gonna relax you.
It shows your immaturity when you like
Yeah.
make your whole profile like my favorite thing I did was when me and the boys drank a whole bunch of beer, then like smoked the joints. It was like I
It's
don't
like
know.
you guys are really original.
cool.
and cool.
Like everyone does that. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like don't make it your whole personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
that also just shows like maybe like you're new to it and you think it's so cool right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
shows
totally.
your newness to it.
Totally. Another green flag, like, and this is just like, I think probably a pretty universal one too, but just like somebody who shows effort to like get to know like you, get to know your like friends and family. They remember things. They put in time and thought into like planning dates or even just like conversation topics. Like
Right.
it really is such a green flag when you can tell like
Asking
somebody
questions.
is like, it doesn't even have to be like they're obsessed with you, but like that they are actively engaged.
Yeah, when you, because you can feel it pretty quick when you know that you're carrying it.
Oh, 1000%.
It's like, oh
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one wants to feel that way.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree.
What else you got?
I've got some of my rules for dating.
Okay.
These might be a little
Let's go.
controversial.
And then we'll end
for
with
some
my
peeps.
stories.
Oh, perfect. And then I have like 2 good date ideas
Oh,
too.
okay.
My rules for dating. You do not have to follow these. You do not have to agree with them. These are just my personal rules that I've come up with to now as a 24, almost 25-year-old woman to help to save myself some time and some heartache. So I saw this not too long ago and I loved it and I've implemented it and I'm going to continue to implement it. It was like this girl I follow on Instagram and it was a post or something about her and her husband. And she had said that she didn't let her husband kiss her until he had asked her to be his girlfriend. And
wow.
yeah, I was like, that's really interesting. And I have kissed on the first date. I kissed a guy plenty of times when he's not my boyfriend. Like, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's like I say do whatever works for you. And if you feel good about it, go for it. Like 1000%. But I was like, I'm going to implement that. And let me tell you why. Because I have dated so many guys that I think are ready. They think they're ready for a relationship. They're showing all green, like signs of go. We kiss and then like they're like, I'm not ready for a relationship. And it's not like I regret that really, or that I feel like I'm worse off because I kissed him or anything, or that it makes me like, it like determines like my worth or anything.
But it just makes you more disappointed because like
it's more disappointing.
as human beings and women, women bond through like, I think the chemical is called oxytocin.
I think
And that
so,
is like
yeah.
the affection drug, like,
Yeah.
or affection hormone.
Yeah.
And so it's like, for us, like, that means more to us.
Yeah, when you kiss
like,
me, it means to me that like you like me and
Right.
are wanting to be with me.
yeah, so it's like, don't
Don't
for
do
sure.
that.
Don't do that if you're not
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
buddy.
And I'm not like, again, I'm totally not judging anybody who wants to do that. And I've
Right.
been there and I've done it plenty of times before myself. But like, I was like, I'm going to do that because I'm
I think that's a good idea.
sick of like thinking a guy is somewhere when he's not. And I'm like, now I know that if I do this, I will know that whoever ends up like being my boyfriend, that he really does like me and that he really does want to be with me, and he will take the time and we'll take the time to get to know each other too. Because I think anytime like anything physical is introduced, like kissing or anything else of that nature, like it just speeds things up and maybe takes things faster than like you want them to go
Yeah.
sometimes. So I'm like, by taking that off the table until like we're official, I'm like, it gives me the opportunity to like really make an informed decision and like really take the time to get to know him. And it also gives him the opportunity to do the same with me.
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, some guys might be like, what the heck? Like, you're not going to do that. But I'm like, but the guy I like want, he'll be like, okay, we can do that. And he will wait. Like, and he will work and he will put in the effort
Right.
until we get there. And he will ask me to be his girlfriend. And then I'll know, okay, he actually does want to be with me and he does want to take this somewhere. Of course, now I want to kiss him.
And it's like, that's just like your own thing. It's like you just want to save yourself from disappointment. It doesn't have to do with them. It's just
No.
or, yeah, I don't know.
And like I'm sure like it will come up where I'm like, I really want to kiss him and he's not my boyfriend yet, but like I want to keep that in mind because yeah, it's just like I've had too many disappointing situations.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
The more attached you get, the more disappointed you are,
yeah,
obviously.
exactly. And I'm like, the next time like I kiss a guy, I want to know that like he's planning on sticking around, like, and he like wants to be there.
No, I think
and
that's
he's ready
totally
for
valid.
a relationship. So that's one of my newer rules for dating, and Anyway, I always also, unless I know the man previously, we have been friends, or like they're like a family friend, like they have been vetted, like I know they're not a creep. I always meet somewhere on the first date.
Don't go hiking with them. Don't get it in someone's car.
Don't go to their house.
Don't go to their house.
Don't let them come to your house.
No.
Like you go somewhere public, you meet there. I've had to explain to multiple guys. They'll be like, "Oh, I can come pick you up." And I'm like, "No, I'm going to meet you there for safety reasons. I don't let the guys come pick me up on a first date."
Yeah.
Especially with like dating apps. And they're like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." But like so many guys don't even think about it because they
don't have to.
They've never had to think about it. And that's like not their fault.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always do that. That's definitely a rule for dating, and I want every girl to do it. I'm like, please be careful. My third rule is to not text a ton between dates. I think like if you're, I don't know, and it reaches a point where this becomes okay. But honestly, I feel like the texting should be used to like establish like the plans, like, hey, this is the daytime, this is what we're doing. But like, I honestly think the real like talking and conversation should be saved for when you're in person. Because if you're texting so much in between like these dates, especially at the beginning, then by the time you get on the date, you don't really have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point.
Kind of want to save that and then talk about it on the date. Like, I don't really like to text. Like, I don't really want to. And most of the time it doesn't have to do with the guy. Like, I just don't have much like talk about. Like, let's save it for the date when I see you, and like let's talk in person. And like we don't have to worry about like, oh, sorry I didn't get back to you, sorry it's been a couple hours. Like, no, just like we'll talk when we see each other, and then it's just better conversation. And anyway, yeah, I think it's totally fine to like start texting like, you know, every day once you're kind of to the point where it's like, okay, we're together, like we really like each other, we've established that like we do have good conversation. But again, it's like we were saying, rules kind of change later on, but in the beginning stages, these are kind of my rules. Yeah. And this isn't really a rule, but just like take it seriously, but also realize it's not that deep. Yeah. Like, be like, okay, like it's not the end of the world. I don't have to be desperate. Like, this can be fun, and it should be fun. Right. But I can also be smart, and like I can take it seriously at the same time. Like, but I think in the past where I've gone wrong is it's like, I've taken it so seriously and I've taken it so to heart, and I've made it such a deep thing and such a desperation thing. It's like, it doesn't need to be that way. Like, take it seriously, but don't take it deep. Like, it's okay. But yeah, that's kind of like my rules for dating. I'll quickly throw in a couple of good date ideas, and then Claire, we can finish with the stories. Okay, my first one, and this is obviously not for a first date with a guy that you've never met. This might be like a second or third date idea, or you could do a first date if it was like a guy that you knew, family friend, or a friend that you've had for a while. So you go on a drive, and using the alphabet, so A through Z, each of you chooses a song that starts with that letter and then switches back and forth. So like I would play a song that starts with A, he'd play a song that starts with B. And that's 26 letters.
That's such a good idea.
For like 26 letters, and each song you average is about 3 minutes long. That's like an hour and a half. So it's not actually that long. And then you might not get through the entire alphabet because you might stop and like talk in between. Yeah. But like, it's kind of a fun thing. You can kind of get to know them because you're like, oh, like what music do you like? And like songs spark memories. Yeah. And like,
that's a really good game. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
That's kind of a fun one.
She better have good music taste.
She better have good music taste.
Or else it's gonna be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, literally. Get out of my car. I only like girls who can throw fastballs and listen to Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Yeah, no, so that's kind of a fun one, but again, that's kind of later on. And then this was actually an idea I got from like a guy I dated a little while back, but like he did this, and this was really cute. He would come up with 3 date ideas, and he would present them to me, and then I would choose. Like,
wait, that's a slay.
Isn't that cute?
That is a slay.
That was really sweet. I was like, that is awesome. Like, a guy had never done that before. I was like, that's cool. Like, and they were pretty simple. Like, I think like one time it was like okay, we can go play pickleball. And then like one was like, we can do like a paint night. And then it was like, and then the other one was
slay.
like, we can go like thrift shopping. Like that was like the 3-date ideas. And he's like, hey, you choose.
And those are all actually like really
Really good date ideas. Yeah.
Date ideas.
Yeah.
Good date ideas.
Gay ideas. Good gay ideas. Then like we like one time we like bought sandwich stuff and like went on a picnic and made sandwiches.
That's
at the
slay.
picnic. It was like super fun. So like it doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be
Yeah.
crazy. And like I loved the way he did that. Was like, here's my 3 date ideas. Like you choose which one you want to do. I was like,
Okay, perfect.
that one. Anyway, there are lots of like good little things you can do, but yeah, that's all I got.
Sick. Yeah. Don't, moral of the story, just like don't talk to anyone you don't want to talk to. Don't do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it. And
Yeah. And also, I think like trust your gut. I've had so many times where I haven't, like, and I've just
You just
been
kinda
like,
dismiss
oh, I'm
it.
just being stupid. Like, I'm being silly. And then I always regret it in the long
Yeah,
run. I'm like,
like-
I knew. Like,
Right.
I felt that and I knew it. And like, I really think back to like woo-woo energy stuff. Like, I really think our bodies can read the energy and I think we can pick up on things. And I do think you have to listen to that intuition.
Yeah.
Even if like you follow through and you're not sure and you never find out why that was like what your gut feeling was, it's always better to follow through.
Yeah.
And just be like, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
And never know what could have happened than like not following through and being
Yeah.
like, I knew.
And
like,
don't make excuses for people you don't even really know.
Yeah.
Like don't.
again,
Yeah.
and like you don't have to
You don't owe them
explain it
that.
to anybody
Yeah.
either. Like I think too, like I felt the need to like explain, not even to like the person I'm like dating, but like to other people. They're like, oh well, why did like that happen, or like why did you do that, or like why
'cause I
did you do
just felt like
it's like
it.
you don't need to explain to anybody
Yeah.
why you feel the way you feel, or like why you chose to do something this way.
Yeah.
It's like I can just choose because it doesn't feel like the right thing
Yeah.
for me.
Like most of it really is just intuition, and
Yeah.
usually our intuition is spot on.
Yep.
So,
I really think it is.
all right.
Stories.
Okay, so
we
I
got?
got 2 bad date stories.
I'm so
'Kay.
excited.
So this one is by I Smell Like Coconuts on Reddit.
Slay.
It says, went on a date with a guy who seemed really cool. He used to race bikes until he landed on his head after attempting a jump.
Oh no.
During the date, he told everyone we were on a date. Everyone told me he wanted to kill his ex-roommates,
Oh.
asked the waitress to make the date more romantic.
So
So she brought out a giant ice cream sundae meant for 2 people to share. He ate it all by himself and spilled ice cream all over himself. It's giving little boy.
like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Like he's just spooning that. And then she's like,
Please.
can I have a bite? And he's like, no.
He bragged about beating the world record for the jump, on which he landed on his head. Sir, you landed on your head. You didn't beat any record.
Sir, you didn't like, you started off fine, but like you didn't finish. Like you didn't stick the landing.
Yeah.
So did you actually beat the world record?
No.
Probably not.
You
because
broke a record for
you didn't
landing on your head.
Also, you're like, dude has brain damage.
For real.
Like, unfortunately, that's so sad. Like, poor guy, but like the way he's acting,
Yeah.
the math is mathin'.
This next one kept asking me if I was a gold digger because he makes tons of money and needs to protect himself. He demanded
Protect himself from who?
from the gold digger, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Demanded separate bills, no big deal, but all 4 of his credit cards were declined. Asked me if I didn't mind paying and he would get it next time. No.
He's like, hey, gold digger, you don't mind paying?
Yeah, you're like, okay, the math. Not that there would be a next time ever, in parentheses. Then he told everyone that the date went splendidly. He gave me stickers to his welding company as a thank you
Stickers?
for paying, since his credit cards must have had some kind of error. And it, like, wow, thank you.
I cannot.
This is great. What do you call that? Retribution?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's rough.
Incredible.
That's rough.
Especially when he literally ate the entire ice cream sundae. He's like, hey, can we...
Yeah, she's like, I'm paying for nothing. I'm paying for air.
She goes, I love air.
Love air.
Love air. Yum, yum. Scrumptious. I'm so full.
Jeez.
Please.
That guy sounds like a narcissist.
Oh my gosh. Also, why am I imagining when you said he fell on his head? I should not be laughing at that, at him falling on his head. But why am I imagining him like falling on his head to like cartoonish where like he falls straight from the air, like so stick straight and just like boing,
Yeah,
like
same.
head straight to the ground.
Yeah. Like he's going up a ramp, like
Yeah,
and then he like falls right
It's
on
like
his
a little
face.
like pencil dive,
Yeah.
like just but like head. Like why is that what I'm picturing? Oh my gosh, poor guy. Poor her.
I don't feel too
Poor
bad
her.
for him.
All right.
Next. This next one's by not John, but John is spelled Jawn on Reddit.
John.
John.
It's like how that one
John.
person spelled John B on that like
Oh yeah.
on that
like,
TikTok comment. She spelled it like John B from like Outer Banks. She like commented like bring it on home, John B. If you've seen Outer Banks, you know, like bring it on home, John B. She spelled it like zombie, but it was with a J, so it was John B.
Oh, that's so
Bring
funny.
it on home, John B.
John B.
John B. JOMBIE.
John B.
John B.
Slay.
Bring it on home, John B.
Okay,
That's hilarious.
this next one, kind of Russian themed.
Slay.
I had met this really attractive Russian girl on Match.com, and after talking for a few days, we decided to get dinner. It was just awkward, and she kept on making it purposely more awkward by ignoring me, rolling her eyes, and constantly staring around at things.
Honestly, slay. It's giving Schmidt and Cece's Russian roommate. What was
And,
her name? Like no.
Mick Mouse.
And she was like Mick Mouse.
I can't
Mick
remember
Mouse.
what
And
her
he's like,
name is.
what are you saying? And
What are you saying?
Mick Mouse.
Mick
And she's
Mouse.
Like, he's like Mickey Mouse.
She got really annoyed our food wasn't coming after about 5 minutes. It was just so bizarre because on the phone we had gotten along pretty great, but she just refused to make small talk during the date. Who does that? And then this reply said, did you bring flowers? Really, it's a massive thing. I'm British and lived in Moscow for a year and currently have a Russian girlfriend of 2 years. Bring effing flowers. I've never seen a city with more flowers. They have 24-hour flower shops on most streets that look like kebab shops.
What?
Every metro station has men with flowers waiting for their girl. Russian girls are always late, in parentheses, which is hilarious because my Russian teacher, always late. 10 minutes late.
They're like, I do not care.
She's like, you can wait for me.
Honestly, slay.
Honestly, it's kind of a slay.
She was like pissed that he didn't bring her flowers.
Yeah. And it says most restaurants will have a vase on the table with water in it because they assume you will bring flowers. They have really hard set gender roles and are really into the old courting stuff that people in Britain would find cheesy. You pay, you bring flowers, you survive this round. That's kind of slay. I didn't know that.
Slay.
I didn't
We're
know that.
adopting Russian girl customs.
Yep, guys, come on. She's
Russian girl summer.
like, she's not
She's not messing around. She says, if you want to see me again, you bring me flowers.
she's not settling for this little effort, you know?
pay.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll consider going out with you.
Yeah,
again.
it's really kind of a slay.
That deserves a round of applause.
It does. Guys, be more like the Slavic girls.
The Slavic
Girls.
girls stay winning.
They waste no time.
They waste 0 time and they give 0 Fs.
Yup.
That's amazing, actually.
Oh, wait, I actually have one more bad date
Oh,
story.
yeah, go for
okay.
it.
This
Go
one's
for
by Davy_Meister on Reddit.
Davy Meister.
Davy Meister. Took her girl to the movies. I now realize not the best location for first dates. We talked about that earlier
You know
in this
what? He
episode.
realized his mistake.
That's
It's
okay. She asks, can my best friend come too? There's goes my chances, basically. I say, of course you can, trying to be nice. Was also assuming it was
Aw.
going to be a girl. She shows up with her friend, who is indeed a guy.
Oh, God.
This is when I find out that it's her one and only ex, but they remained best friends and nothing is happening between them.
Oh, my
In
gosh.
parentheses, well, this date is ruined. Let's try to salvage it. I go to pay for our tickets, me and her, even when she offered to pay for hers. After buying, she turns around and buys her ex's ticket. Oh!
Oh, my gosh.
We actually got along fine and they were nice people, but it was like a tug of war for the rest of the night, fighting for her attention. Of course I lose. They are best friends. When I get home, the guy adds me on Facebook and he proceeds to tell me to don't bother trying to date her. She's a terrible girlfriend.
Oh, my gosh.
Thanks for the heads up.
Please.
I finally got her alone for one more movie, but it all just sort of fell apart. I actually really liked her, but clearly I had no effect on her. Oh well, I guess. Take note, future daters. This is a bad idea.
Why like, girl, why
Why
would you bring
invite your
ex-boyfriend?
ex-boyfriend? Like,
And also, like, even if it wasn't your ex-boyfriend, you don't invite a friend on a
no,
date. Like, that's
you
weird.
don't.
If it's a double date, like,
Right.
yeah, like, he is like, I've got a friend, do you have a friend?
But it's like, bitch, is you blind?
no, like, that's so weird. Like,
That's
what?
so
like,
odd. Like,
girlfriend. I've actually heard of girls doing that where they'll be like, can I bring my friend?
And you're like, no, that's
Like,
not
he's
what a
trying to
date
take
is.
you on a date and like get to know you. I think that if a girl says that, that means she's really not interested in going on
Yeah.
a date with you.
She needs a buffer.
She's trying to make it
Yeah.
casual.
Yeah.
So if she does that, I
Yeah.
just cancel the date. Like
Yeah.
it's not. She's not into
Nope.
you.
Nope.
But yeah, I'm like, girls, don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
just say no. If you don't want to go on the
Right.
date, just say no. But
No,
don't
literally.
bring your friend.
Don't waste
And if you're
their time.
interested in the dude, don't bring your friend. Like,
Exactly.
it's weird. You don't bring. He's
Exactly.
trying to take you on a date. He's not trying to take you and your friend on the date.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
that
that
poor
was
guy.
horrible. I was
That's
like,
awful.
that's terrible.
Girls can
Uh,
suck too.
Yeah. Moral of the story.
Yeah.
Dating in general,
Dating is
either
rough.
gender just sucks.
Dating is rough. You're definitely in the trenches. Like, feel free to like take little breaks here and there. If you need to take a couple weeks where you don't go on a date or a couple months
Yeah.
where you don't go on a date, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Again, take it seriously. Don't make it deep. Like,
Right.
it's all good.
Let's end with on a good note with these last two date stories.
Okay, I'm excited.
This one's by Captain _ Quoll, Quoll on
Okay.
Reddit.
Yeah.
I was meant to go on a date with a guy I'd liked for ages, but I got suddenly dramatically sick and ended up in a hospital. I messaged the night before to cancel, and when I explained why, he was like, obviously I'll just come and visit you.
Oh, cute.
Being hospitalized, I wasn't at my best. I probably looked the worst I'd ever looked. He turned up with a book of 100 unbelievable facts because he figured the done thing was to give books to people stuck in the hospital that had been all he'd had at hand. I think that was a typo. I think a good thing to do was give books to people.
Yeah.
The staff immediately started harassing him about whether or not he was my boyfriend, and then he sat through a really lengthy, over-the-top lecture about a medical condition that I have. His only response to the whole thing was that I was beautiful and it had been good not to miss out on spending that time with me.
Shut up.
Anyway, I married him.
Oh,
Slay.
yeah, you did.
Slay.
Oh my
I love when
gosh.
they end up in marriages.
Same.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, slay.
That is the cutest thing. I would marry him on the spot.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
I'm like, can we get a pasta up in this room?
Right.
Because
my hospital room.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Like, so cute. Shows up with like the 101, like the 100
books of facts.
Like,
yeah.
that's so cute and funny. Like,
Yeah.
that's adorable.
I know. I was like, slay.
Ugh, that makes my heart so happy.
You know, it gives you hope again.
It does. It fills your heart with happiness. What a king.
King behavior.
So cute.
Okay, and then this last one is by Eluso. So Eluseho. Eluso.
A loose.
Eluso. Eluso.
Eluso. Pussy teeth.
Okay.
Eluso.
Pussy teeth Eluso.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Okay. Last weekend I had my best first date ever. A common acquaintance kind of set us up. We initially wanted to go for a walk, but it was raining heavily, so she picked me up at the train station and we went to her place. The moment I entered her room, I saw 5 books that I read and liked. Off to a good start. We talked for hours, and when we looked at the time, we figured we'd better get something to eat, so we ordered some sushi. Always fun eating with chopsticks. After that, we both felt like going for a walk, so we took that walk and had a lot of fun. After that, we went to her place again for a drink, talked for hours again, totally forgot the time, and almost missed my last train home. The date lasted for over 8 hours, and it was honestly my most enjoyable first date ever. To be continued. Edit. We kissed at the end and immediately made plans for a second date next Saturday.
Ew, that's the best.
That's crazy. If you can talk to someone that long, that is like kind of a
That's
really
like
good sign.
Literally the best feeling ever when you like click with somebody right away. You just like spend so many hours and you're just like immediately you're like, okay, when can I see you again? Like,
Yep.
you can't wait. That's like the funnest thing in the
Yep.
entire world. Like,
green flag.
that's so fun.
Slay.
I'm like excited for them.
I know. I think that one wasn't too long ago, but I can't remember the.
I hope you're dating.
You know, I hope it worked out, guys.
Hope
A
you're in
loose
love.
hoe.
A
loose hoe.
A loose hoe. Oh,
Well,
that's so fun.
That's it. That's it for me.
Alright, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Oh, we gotta do Live Your Truth.
Oh, the truth I'm living is that short hangouts, simple and sweet, are the best kind of hangout. The other day, my friends and I watched like an episode of The Bachelor, and then we went and got a bev, and then it was over, and it was nice. Like, I got to talk to them. We watched a really funny show, and then got a drink, and it was simple. And then today I went and got a drink with this girl, and that we've known, like I went to school with her, and
She's my best friend's little sister.
I guess I could just say her name, but I don't know. I'm like, I never know if people want me to say their name on here. And then we went and visited a little bookstore, and then it was only about an hour, but I'm like, I love just simple,
perfect.
short hangouts. They are the best.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So-
Mine's kind of on that same wavelength. My truth is that I'm living in is that low maintenance friendships are the only ones that will survive.
Yup.
And all of my friends, all of my best friends, honestly, I consider all of my friends right now like my best friends. Like
Yeah, me
every
too.
single one of them I would refer to as a best friend. But every single one of them, low maintenance. And as an adult, that's the only thing that will survive. So that's my truth, is that your friendship has to be low maintenance, or like we're probably not going to be that good of friends.
Right.
That's all I got to say.
Yep.
So that's the truth I'm living in right now. All right, you guys, thanks so much for listening. Remember, we are every Tuesday. Listen, tell your friends, and we love you. Live your truth.
Goodbye.
Bye.